lovelies, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. Hello, thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you already. Thank you so much for the way that you're in the comments, your thumbs up. It does help the algorithm know that you like what you're seeing here. If you want to see this tribe grow, it's exactly how to do it. Be in the comments, and your thumbs up do matter. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you. So what am I doing? Well, if you've been here, if this is your very first time, welcome to Ten of Cups Tarot, by the way. And this is something that I do once a week on a Monday or a Tuesday. I read from Aries to Pisces, and I have marked everything down below in the description, so you can just scroll this video to find out what you need. And but please, 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 I'm just going to ask you to stop watching tarot just for your sun sign. You don't have nearly the whole picture. And of course, you have a whole chart, but the sun, moon, and rising are very important as you are trying to figure out what's going on with you and exactly who you are, right? Because you're not just your sun sign. You are your moon and your rising. You're everything in your chart, but you don't have to be an astrologist to find out what your moon and your rising is. So please go find a free natal chart and come back and watch for those signs too. All right, here we go. We're going to start with Aries because Aries is the leader, right? Aries is the one leading in the zodiac. Aries, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you for clicking here, Aries, or if you're cross-watching. What is coming up this week for Aries? Now, this reading is always going to be for the next 7 days, no matter if you find it today or a year from now. It's always going to be for the next 7 days. Tell me about Aries, please. Tell me about Aries. It's always going to be for the current week, this week. All right, Aries, we are starting with the Queen of Cups, someone who's very compassionate. This person could be a mother. This person could be your mother. But this is a feminine leaning energy. And of course, this feminine also has masculine energy, as we all do, right? Plants, animals, and people. All right, what else do we have here? This is what's on the top of your mind, the Queen of Cups. We've got the Five of Wands. A little bit of indecision, feeling like maybe there's competition here, competition in love. It does feel, Aries, that you are taking something here to the next level. It feels like that you are feeling very deeply in love with someone here, and you could have water in the chart. Maybe this is your energy, maybe it's not. Take it as it resonates, and it could be in the moon and the rising. But it feels like here, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy, there is psychic water energy here. And it feels like... it almost feels like you feel that you're in competition for somebody here. That's what it feels like, that there's competition, or you're holding back a little bit. It feels like you have, it's kind of like an internal fight is what I see the Five of Wands in. So there's an internal fight about the Queen of Cups. It's like you're not really sure whether you should take this to the next level, or whether maybe you are trying to take it to the next level. Maybe you are feeling as though not very confident that this is actually going to the next level. The Four of Wands tells me that that's where this is headed. And let's keep moving here. Let's find out what else is going on. So you're feeling a little bit of lack as it pertains to this connection with the Queen of Cups. We have the Seven. Interesting. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the King of Wands. And we have the High Priestess. It feels like there's something in your gut that has you, it has you wondering. Now, the thing is this, is what I think, Aries, is that for most of you, not for all of you, it's a general reading, take it as it resonates. For most of you, I feel like this person's in your energy. So I feel like this is someone you're dating, or someone that you're thinking about asking to go to the next level. Maybe you started dating this person and you've been around this person for a while, maybe 9 weeks or something. You know, by about the 3rd month mark, we all figure out what we're doing, right? We've got 5, 9, and 10. This has become a little bit burdensome here. Just adding up wands here. So I feel like with the Seven of Cups here, it feels like it's emotional overwhelm. And the emotional overwhelm is making you second guess yourself this week. I feel like this week you are in this Seven of Cups energy. And it's interesting the way it's laying on the table here. you can see that the person on the Seven of Cups is kind of looking up at the Queen of Cups, and she's got, this person's got 2 cups in their hand, right? So it's love. I feel like this person is thinking about love as it pertains to this person, but there are also 5 cups here. And so it feels like this person is like, should I? Because, you know, things like this don't usually end up working out for me. The last time it maybe crashed and burned for you possibly. And I don't mean with this person, maybe just in other relationships. So it feels like there is an internal struggle going on with you this week about some overwhelming emotional energy that's coming from your gut. I'm just going to say, I feel like your intuition is on high right now, and something is coming from your gut. I feel like what you're going to do, or what you feel like you want to do possibly, is you're waiting for some inspiration, right? Because the King of Wands never does anything without being inspired. So taking inspired action toward the Four of Wands. It feels to me like you want to have this Queen go to the Four of Wands energy with you. The Queen is feminine or masculine. Take it as it resonates. We do have Pisces energy here as well. Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. So I feel it's you that wants to ask this person. This is masculine leaning. This is feminine leaning, but they both each have feminine and masculine energy. It feels like you want to take it to the next level. Maybe you want to move this person into your home, or maybe, you know, everybody wants to be under one roof, but I feel like there's hesitation here. That's what it feels like. It feels like you have nostalgia, or you have history with this person. And I feel like you think it's the next thing to do, the next step to take because of the history you have with this person. But I see the Five of Wands here, which is indecision. It's like being in the midst of battle with the self. It feels like an internal struggle here, and an internal struggle because you're feeling emotionally overwhelmed. It almost feels as though you feel like Charlie just showed me someone walking up the steps. Now, it was the one in Rocky. I forget where that is, but I think there's a president or something at the top. Sorry, I don't live in the States. I live in Canada. So it feels like you're taking all the steps that you think that society is telling you that you should take. First you meet the person, then you date the person, then you take them to the next level by saying, you know, can we be exclusive? Now I feel like the next thing is maybe halfway to marriage, or can you move in, or should we get engaged? It feels like I just got the song in my head from Huey Lewis and the News. It's Jacob's Ladder. It's like you're going step by step, one by one, and it's because you think you should. And I'm not saying that you don't love this person. I think that there's deep feelings here, but I also feel that there's hesitation here. Why is there hesitation? Because what about me? That's what this card is saying to me. What about me? It feels like somebody is not returning this deep sort of feeling that you have for them. And I think that they do love you. I think that there is feelings here, but I feel like you're giving them Queen of Cups energy and they're giving you Knight of Cups energy. It feels like a vibrational mismatch, my friend. And so that's what's giving you hesitation in the gut. This is a vibrational mismatch here. And that's not to say that the Knight can't reach the Queen or the King status, right? It's all about growth and wisdom. And I feel like right now, as you are single, so that tells me that you have not asked this person to marry you yet. They have not moved into your home. I feel like you're thinking about, you know, I'm romantically entangled with this person and I am still single at this point. That's where the hesitation is, the indecision. And then we have the Six of Swords. So it almost feels like it feels like should I do this, or should I just move forward? Should I just move on? It almost feels like it might be too chaotic for you to become unsingle, to be in this energy with this person here. We've got the Hermit on the bottom of the deck, which tells me that you have not yet found an answer. It feels like you're struggling in the dark without your light. Tell me about the High Priestess. Why is your gut bugging you here? Because you're showing up here as the king. And we do have a queen. But I feel like this queen is giving you the energy, the love, the romantic sort of energy of a knight. They're not giving you the love of a queen. It's like this person might be holding back. And I think you can feel it. Tell me about the High Priestess. Because I feel like it's your gut here. You've got a feeling in your gut here that things are moving too quickly. Okay, so I don't know if you want to do this or they want to do this, but I feel like you won't make a step unless you're inspired. And I think that's what this message is about. Do not do a thing. Do not step into the Four of Wands unless you feel inspired to do so. It feels like things are moving too quickly and you're scared that it's going to crash and burn. It feels like there is a realization that maybe I need to slow this down just a little bit. Maybe we need to date a little longer. We've got the Three of Cups. Maybe we need to get to know each other more, date a little longer. So I don't know if somebody's pushing you into this, or if you're feeling pushed into this, or if this person is the one that has the indecision. It's like, I feel like you want to move forward, being the fire sign, go, go, go. And it feels like there is somebody here who's in water, who's moving a lot slower than you are. So either your person feels like you're moving too quick, or you have realized this is moving too quick. And maybe it's time for us to date just a little longer, invite my friends over to meet them, get them to meet my family. Three of Cups, right? I feel like that's going to be like the telling moment, because we have the Tower here. Somebody needs to slow down here. I feel like you feel it's going too quick. It feels like you need to have a conversation about this, about being better planned, because the Page of Wands is not very planned. The Page of Wands does things spur the moment. I'm not really planned. This is young energy, right? The pages were between 7 and 14. It's like, I don't really know how to make a plan. Now, this Seven of Cups is sort of looking at the Queen, and it almost feels, because it's right across from the King and the Queen, it's like maybe both of you feel like it's moving too quickly. So maybe a conversation or a message needs to be had here. So your gut is telling you that this is going too quickly here. And the Seven of Cups is telling you that it's emotional overwhelm. It's too much all at once. So this person's giving you reciprocity here, but I don't know that you trust them. Like, maybe you don't fully trust them, or maybe you don't fully trust yourself. Take it as it resonates, but we do have the Star, and we have the Seven of Swords, and it feels like you have a wish fulfillment that you're not expressing. That's what it feels like. It feels like we need to talk more. That's the message of this reading. I feel that there has to be more reciprocity. We need to talk about the Pentacle world a little more. How is the money going to work? If you move in, do we sign a prenup? Like, it feels like that there's things that are under the surface that have not yet come to the surface that are part of the wish fulfillment. So I think that although the Queen is the wish fulfillment, I feel like there is some other things that are under the surface that you're not showing to the Queen. And that in itself is indecision. So I feel like things are about to get really serious here, and I feel like it's an exciting connection. I just saw the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. I feel like it's an exciting and passionate connection, but I don't know that you know that you're completely and totally ready, or maybe they aren't. Take it as it resonates. All right, Taurus, here we are. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's talk about you, Taurus. Let's figure out Taurus for this week. Sneak peek for this week. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Taurus. I am your bully sister. I have a Taurus sun. Here we are. That's why you're always going to get the grounded reads, y'all. I'm not going to be very good for the drama. All right, here we go. Tell me about Taurus. Magician. Look, you're showing up as capable, resourceful. The thing that's on your mind, that you can do anything that you want. I'm hearing a song. It's all about the songs today for me. They've been running through my head all day. And the one I'm hearing for you, Taurus, is it's a song by Headley, a Canadian band, Headley, and it's called Anything. Hang on. Everybody said you better stay in school, get a real job. Don't be a fool. Burn that guitar. You can never be a star. And then he says, I can. So what he says in that song as well is, he says, you miss 100% of the shots you never take. And that's some wisdom from the great Wayne Gretzky's father. You miss 100% of the shots you never take. Now, you're showing up here as very capable. You're showing up as very resourceful and skilled. Something's coming up for you here that you're going to have to take a shot at here. The Five of Pentacles is in the reverse, and it's going to settle your finances. Whatever you do, that you do better than anyone else, is something that is going to is going to be good for the finances. Look at that. So it feels like you're reconnecting to the self. You're reconnecting to this sort of determined, resourceful, skilled self. I want to say bravo to you. And I think you're really confident in your skills. Whatever it is here, we've got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. It feels like in the past that maybe you weren't feeling as though you wanted to show this skill to the world. And I don't know what it is for you. It's going to be different for everybody. But I feel as we go into the week here, it does feel like there is confidence here that you can do it by yourself, and you always could. And it feels like back here, it's almost like you were waiting for someone to save you or someone to help you, but it feels like you've reconnected back to the self, and the Nine of Pentacles is the result. Although you may be single, you know that you can do this all on your own, Taurus. You don't need the help of anyone else. You just needed to reconnect back to the self. Who is the Magician? The Magician is Aries, by the way. You could have an Aries placement, but you don't have to. These cards are also about energies and not necessarily always about people. We do have the Queen of Wands. So there's you. You are independent. You are the go-getter. You do have the skills, right? You do have the skills to do whatever it is that you want to do. This is someone who is a business owner. It feels as though there is something like a business that you've grown from the ground up, Taurus, or that you intend to get into possibly. We do have the Lovers. It is a choice to do this. Now, the Lovers is, I feel like the Queen of Wands is choosing to do it alone. It's a choice. I don't think that, a lot of people will look at someone who is single and say, oh, why are you single? And sometimes it's a choice. You don't want anything else in the way of you getting the things that you want. It's the moment of alchemy. Look, if there was ever a time, Taurus, where anything is going to go right for you, it feels like it's now. It feels like it's only going to get more intense as we get into the next month here. But it feels like it is now. It feels like it is a choice of yours to be single. You have chosen that. Although you know that there's probably someone out there for you, you're not focused on that. You're focused on the self, your business, growing your pentacles, growing yourself from the Ace of Pentacles all the way up to the Nine. And it feels like it's because you have reconnected to the self, reconnected to the Queen of Wands self. So you might have a fire placement, but you don't have to. I feel like you're showing up as the Queen of Wands here and the Magician, which is, I know my worth. I know that I can do this on my own. It's a very independent energy. I have the skills, and this is a one-person job. This isn't something that anyone else can help me with. I feel like with the Temperance here, it's telling me that it is time. For some of you, the Lovers could mean that there is somebody who, like a balanced love that's coming in. And it's because you've accomplished so much in your life. And because you haven't had your eye back there on, are they coming? Where are they? Are they going to text? Are they going to call? And, all that stuff that you go on with over and over in the head. I feel like that's not this. I feel like you've chosen to be single, and you've chosen to be complete all by yourself. That you're not a person who thinks you have to have a +1 in order to be complete. That you're happy within the way you are. So I feel like you've reconnected back to your fire, the fire within. Whether you're a fire sign or not, whether you carry fire in your chart or not. Tell me about the Lovers. Why are you choosing to be single here? For balance. I get it. Two of Wands. Because you're on some sort of an adventure. You're not into the betrayal stuff anymore. What I want to say is that you're on an adventure and you don't want anything in your way. It feels like you've probably ended a relationship, or you've ended relationships. And I'm talking about friends, family, love, whatever it is. It feels like you're not about the betrayal anymore. You're not going to allow anybody to hurt you. And I really don't think it's an avoidant energy. That's not what it feels like to me. It feels like it's a surprise energy for you. I feel like this is self-love. I feel like you've realized that in order to stay in balance and go on your own adventure, that you had to cut some of the dead weight. And the dead weight is people who were hanging on you, people who really only checked in on you because they wanted to know if you were failing yet. That's what it feels like. And so I feel like you've got your back to everything, and that you're just headed forward and you're making choices accordingly. The Queen of Wands is looking straight at the Lovers. I feel like you're making choices accordingly. Tell me about the Temperance card, please. I feel like this is a moment of alchemy for something. It feels like if you haven't started a business, you should do that. Or for some of you, if you're struggling in a business, you feel like everyone else is doing better than you. I feel like this is about to get better for you because of Temperance here. Be patient. it is going to move in the right direction. We have the Three of Cups with the Emperor, and we have the Sun. So it feels like, I want to say that there's help coming. And I don't think you need help, to be honest. I think you've got this covered. But I want to say that there is at some point where maybe you're in a business or in your space in life where we kind of get in a rut of, doing the same thing all the time and it's working. So if it's not broken, why not? Why fix it, Elsie, right? But it feels like there is somebody here who may be an authority on something that you do, or person who is a business person, someone who is solid, who can give you some solid advice, somebody who, it feels like you'll meet this person somewhere. It feels like this person they could be an Aries. They don't have to be. We have Aries a couple times here, but we have Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo energy here. I want to say that this person, the Emperor, is somebody who is stable in what they do. They are a stable business owner. And I'm not saying that yours isn't stable, but I'm saying I feel like yours is at the very beginning stages. So it might be, if you might be planning on a business, but if you have a business and maybe, it takes 5 years or 10,000 hours to know if a business is going to float itself. And so I think that this Emperor is showing up to give you some advice, like good advice. The Sun is here. I feel like you will be able to see the Emperor for all that they are. They're not going to hide anything from you. They're going to say, look, these are the things that you need to do. Have you ever thought about doing this thing? Maybe you need to turn and do that thing. I think that somebody's coming in to give you either business advice or a really big idea. This person is going to help you with a breakthrough. Now, if you're looking at this in the way of romance, it feels like for some of you with the Lovers here, it feels like it's not going to be very long. Like if you don't want to be single, I feel like you aren't going to be single for much longer. But I feel like it's going to be a really balanced, honest, and justified love. And I feel like somebody is going to be completely honest with you. This might be a person who has already had an ending and is at the Two of Wands, so at the crossroads of their life trying to make a decision. It could be an Emperor that we're talking about. Take it as it resonates. But for others of you, I think the majority energy for me is it feels like somebody is arriving here to like school you or give you more information or show you how to use these magician tools. And although you are someone who is tapped into your full potential, I feel like you have so many tools and so many options and so many things that are coming at you that maybe this person's the authority is going to help you organize things, become a little more organized possibly in your business, in your life. Take it as it resonates. All right. Here we go, Gemini. This is for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Gemini, you're going to be getting a bonus reading this week. And not because you've given me 1,000 clicks, but because Gemini, and I love to say this, you are the sign that is growing the fastest. You are the sign that is growing the fastest, Gemini, and you have... you've had the most subscribers over this last month, over January. So thank you so much for doing that. I will be finding a bonus read for you sometime this week. All right, so make sure you've got that bell pressed if you're interested in seeing the bonus read. Let's talk about you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's figure out what's going on. Gemini, if you're interested in a private read, you know what to do. Please look below in the description. You'll see the word that says more. Click there if you're interested in a private read. All right, we have the Five of Wands. So we have a little bit of internal struggle here. Tell me more. We have the Seven of, it's an internal struggle because you're feeling overwhelmed emotionally about something. It feels like you're trying to make a decision. The Five of Wands is also feeling like there's a lot of competition or people trying to get the thing that you want to get, Gemini. We have the Chariot. It feels like, I want to say don't worry about it, is what I want to say. When the Chariot shows up, it's the quickest moving energy in the deck. And so I feel like you're racing toward the finish line. You're racing toward the victory. So I want to say that this is a temporary place. The Five of Wands is a temporary lack, and it's a lack within you. It's a lack within self. I don't see this as arguing or fighting, but I do see it as an internal struggle, feeling like you're not enough. The fives are about lack, right? Feeling like I'm not enough, feeling like there's too much competition, that whatever I have to offer is just not going to be enough. And it feels like the Seven of Cups is lending energy of feeling really overwhelmed in the heart space. And so you're kind of arguing with yourself about something here. Tell me more about this for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, please. Ooh, it could be about somebody that you have a lot of history with. So it could be history that makes you feel overwhelmed, for sure. But it feels like you do have history with someone here. We do have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. You know what? I feel, Gemini, I feel like you're about to be honest with somebody who you feel very connected to. Now, this could be, when the Six of Cups shows up, it's all about nostalgia. It's all about the history you have with somebody. You don't want to erase the history that you have with somebody here. It does feel like you are about to be really very honest with someone in the Six of Cups. So a best friend, family member, a love, someone you feel deeply connected to, someone who you've possibly been connected to for lifetimes. But it feels like you're really struggling with how to do that. You're struggling with coming up with the honest truth here. And that's what this internal struggle is. I feel like you want to get in your vehicle and go. You want the victory. It's like, I feel like I know what direction I want to go, but it's been really hard. It feels like it's an overwhelmingly emotional time for you. It feels like it's a conversation that you feel needs to be had, or truth that needs to be said that will possibly alleviate some energy and give you the victory here. We do have the Knight of Pentacles. This is someone that you haven't spoken with in a long while. That's what it feels like. The Knight of Pentacles can be years. It is about holding back. It's about taking your time and going over details. And I think that before you open up and tell the truth, and whatever was hiding in the Seven of Swords, it doesn't have to be a lie. It could just be that you were keeping something under the surface. It could be feelings, though, right? It could be feelings that you've been keeping under the surface, that you really want to tell somebody exactly how you feel, but you're kind of having this internal struggle about when you should do it, how you should do it. But you're feeling very overly emotional. And I also feel like it's kind of like the confusion of the Seven of Cups. The confusion is, sorry, card flipped. The confusion here is how you feel. The confusion is when do I say it? How do I say it? How do I let this person know I feel like I've known them forever? How do I let this person know that I want to get back in contact with them? The Knight of Pentacles is giving me the energy of possibly someone, yeah, look, you've moved on from them. So this is someone that you haven't spoken with in years, I feel. It feels as though it was almost like a chaotic situation, or if they didn't cause the chaos, it was too chaotic in your mind. It feels like in the heart space and the mind, you were fighting with yourself, and maybe you pulled away. Somebody pulled away, but I think it was you, because we do have the Six of Swords here. Tell me more about this for Gemini. Yeah, I think that you do have unfinished business with somebody that you want to communicate with them. It feels like something's been left undone and you haven't achieved what you want to achieve in this particular relationship. However it pans out for you, whether it's friend, lover, someone in the family, take it as it resonates. But it feels like this person, after being away from them for a while, it feels like you do want to strike up conversation again, or you would like things to move forward again. It feels like things were really sort of moving super slow for a while, or maybe just stuck. But it feels like you feel that something is open-ended here, and you don't like the feeling of it being open-ended. So what is it that you're telling this person? Because I feel like you want the victory, you want them to hear you, and the victory for you, I think, is telling them exactly how you feel. We have the Fool. Okay, so I feel like you're about to reveal to someone that maybe reveal your feelings, because the Chariot is Cancer energy, and it feels like you're about to reveal feelings. But Cancer has a hard time with that, keeping energy underneath the surface. And I'm not like, you could have a Cancer placement, but you don't have to in order to feel that energy, right? The Fool is here. It feels like what you want to tell somebody is that you're ready for a new beginning here. That something, I feel that the party's over. It feels like with the Three of Cups in the reverse, the party's over. This is no more fun. I'm not having any more fun here. I need to have a new beginning. And we have the Hierophant. So it does feel like there's no fun in some sort of a connection that you're in here. And fun's not all of it, of course, right? That kind of wraps it up in a very shallow way. But what I want to say is that the Three of Cups is in the reverse with the commitment here. And so I feel like it almost feels like you don't have the emotional capacity to make a commitment. But you do want to have a new beginning, and you do want to be honest with somebody about your feelings. So maybe you're already in a commitment, but it does feel like although that you want to have a new beginning with this person, you're not interested in having a commitment. It feels like, you know, when the King of Swords shows up on the bottom of the deck, it feels like in the future that there needs to be a really honest and truthful conversation. And this is Swords, right? We're looking at Swords here as well. This is Swords, right? This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. It feels like you finally have to say it. You just have to say it out loud. It's not like you're looking for a commitment, but it feels like there's unfinished business here, and you moved away from someone who you still feel connected to. So although you decided to move away from this person physically or mentally, you still have a connection to them. Why is that? We have the Page of Wands. They are from the past, this person. This is someone that you've known for a long while, and they are from the past. The Page of Wands, looking into the past, the Ten of Wands, and the Star. So it feels like here, with the Ten of Wands, it feels like you want to heal some burdens that you've been carrying here. It feels like I want to say that it's at this point where you can drop your burdens. But I feel like you feel you can't drop the burdens unless you communicating with somebody from the past. And whether or not you intend on being in a relationship with this person or not, I do feel that it's sort of compulsion for you to have to say the truth. You must speak up. You have to tell them what's on your mind. I think this week you're trying to make a decision about what to do about this, because there is unfinished business here with the World card in reverse. I feel like the Star here tells me that your wish fulfillment, part of your wish fulfillment is, I just need to drop these burdens. And the only way I'm going to drop these burdens is if we finally have a communication with this person, but you're feeling really overwhelmed. And you may even be married, or you may even be in a relationship already that I don't think is going very well, to be honest. So I feel like this is the week that you decide what you're going to say and what you're going to do. It feels like you do want to communicate with somebody here. With the Page looking into the past, it feels like you're going to do it on the spur of the moment. I don't think you're going to plan it. I think that you're going to go racing in on, I'm surprised we didn't see the Knight of Swords here, but I feel like you're just going to go racing in or communicate with them and figure out what it is that you got to figure out with them. It feels like you have something to say and it must be said. I'm just going to leave it there. All right. All right, Cancer, this is you, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Cancer, if you're interested in a private read, please look below in the description. You will find the link that says more. If you click there, you will find a link to Wizu. If you're interested in booking a private read, I am actually 1 day behind right now, so if you're waiting on a private read, it comes tonight. I'm a little bit behind. All right, I get behind during the full moons. They make me rest. They cut off my connection and make me rest. All right, here we go. Cancer, what's coming up for you? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about the sneak peek for this week for Cancer, please. Cancer energy. We do have the Four of Swords. So this week might be about resting for you, about healing some sort of a disappointment or a broken heart, possibly. It does feel like it's something that's going on in the mind, though. It almost feels like you're overthinking something and that you want to say something, but you haven't said anything about it yet. Tell me more about this. All right. Got the Magician. And the Nine of Pentacles. Look, you can do anything. The Magician is here. When the Magician is here, it tells me you're resourceful, that you're at your full potential here. I think that you think it's in the past, though. That's the thing. I feel like you've been in this Four of Swords for a while here, Cancer, so a place where you're not really talking to anybody. And I don't think you've really sequestered yourself, but I don't think you're really reaching out to someone. I think that you do want to reach out to someone because this person is holding the Ace of Swords on their chest. So I feel like you do want to reach out to someone and you want to talk, but you're not ready. You're not ready. I feel like what you're doing is you're focusing on business. I feel like you're focusing on business or work, and you're putting your back to the Four of Swords. You're just ignoring it. I'm just ignoring this thing that's in my mind. If I keep myself busy enough, I'll keep ahead of my head shit. If I just keep busy. That's what it feels like here, Cancer. You're just trying to keep ahead of whatever's going on in your head. You could have Aries energy possibly. You don't have to, but the Magician is Aries energy. I want to say that, you know, whatever you want, it's all the possibilities, Cancer. You can do whatever you want, but you're going to have to get out of this Four of Swords energy first. And you got to stop ignoring it. You got to stop ignoring the healing. We have the Three of Pentacles. You might be thinking about someone that you know, that you met in business, someone who's a friend. When I see the Three of Pentacles, it's always about, like, maybe you met this person on the job, or maybe this is someone that does the same kind of job that you do. With Three of Pentacles, it's like collaboration. Maybe you've collaborated with this person before. Cooperation. Feels like friends. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles is 10 Pentacles. So it feels like it does feel like you want to turn something from friendship. Maybe this is a long-term friendship for some of you, but for some of you, I feel like you want to invest in somebody. That you've got everything that you need in your Pentacle world. Somebody here has realized that it's not all it's cracked up to be. There are a lot of very lonely people who are very wealthy. And yeah, it might be nice to be able to go out and buy what you want when you want to do it. But at some point, you start feeling lonely if you have no one to share it with. We have the Three of Wands. And so I feel like that's the ships that are coming in here. It does feel like you are waiting on something. Maybe you're waiting for someone to contact you, but I feel like what you're waiting for is something to change in your Pentacle world. And I think that you're the only person that can change it. You're the Magician, right? The Magician carries all of the aces in hand. One of those being the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like this week that there is somebody that I feel you're looking out into the distance at. I feel like you want to take action this week. Yeah. It feels like you're waiting to go out on some sort of an adventure, or you want to expand. It's like you want to expand into like this long-term friendship, or you want to expand maybe into a long-term relationship. And it feels like you know that it's all up to you. You've got all the tools. You're the person who's going to have to go over the details and figure out what it is that you want here. Tell me why the Magician and the Three of Pentacles is here. We have the Strength card, we have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, so you're not moving forward. You're actually holding back. You're holding back from someone here because you can't get out of your head. We've got more swords here. The Eight of Swords. It feels like you were thinking about this person repetitively on a loop. They could be an Aries. They could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Take it as it resonates. But I feel like you're holding back. Oh, they could be a Leo as well. I feel like you're holding back because there's something that you're defensive about. It feels like you're protecting yourself, or you don't want to move forward because of the Eight of Swords. It feels like you feel that if you move ahead, you're going to get hurt. It feels like you know that you can do whatever you want, that it's all up to you, but you're not making a move either way. Tell me about this over here. Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. What is this? So it feels like you possibly are maybe just out of a relationship, or you've closed a chapter on something. Maybe you sold a business, quit a job. Maybe you've moved houses, sold a house, bought a new house. But the World card is an achievement, right? It's something that you worked really hard toward, and you finally got that thing. And it feels like it's in your Pentacle world. And so this is what I'm saying. I feel like, Cancer, you've realized that life isn't all it's chalked up to be if you don't have anybody to share it with. I feel like you're at the 10 Pentacles. I feel like you have all the money you need. You've got a beautiful home. You've got whatever it is that you need. But the World card is here. And so you've achieved it, which is lovely and beautiful. And I think you waited a long time to achieve it. But I think you've come to a realization that with this 10 Pentacles, that it's not all it's cracked up to be. Otherwise, you wouldn't be looking out here waiting for other stuff, right? Tell me about the World card, please. The World card is Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo energy. We've got the Knight of Swords. And we've got the Two of Cups. Well, that says something, doesn't it? Cancer, it says something, doesn't it? It feels like now that you're stable in your Pentacle world, it feels like you're charging at the Two of Cups. You have really realized that it's not necessarily the happiest you've ever been, even though all of your pentacle world is taken care of and you're financially stable. This isn't all you dreamed of. I feel like part of your wish fulfillment or your dream, whatever you're looking at out there, is to speak to someone about your feelings. We've got the 9 of Cups here. It's like a wish fulfillment thing for you. Tell me about the 3 of Wands, please, for Cancer. So you've been holding on to your heart, yeah. Jeez, who's that? Okay, today is the day where I'm getting a lot of songs. I think that's Taylor Dane. Like, that's like forever ago. Some of you youngins won't even know who that is, but it's a song called Tell It to Your Heart. She says, tell it to your heart. Tell me I'm the only one. Is this love or is this a game? So it feels like you need to make a decision about what you're going to do. I think you're waiting on someone or something to happen with this friendship, but nothing's happening. And I think it's because either you or the other person is pulling back or holding back. Trying to find the courage, trying to gain the courage, but really being stuck in the 8 of Swords, which is a place you put yourself. Right? We've got the 7 of Wands, also stuck energy. So we do have the 4 of Pentacles, and it tells me that you've been hurt before and you don't want to be hurt before. That might be what's holding you back or holding them back. Take it as it resonates. And then we have the Ace of Swords. There has to be a conversation here about your feelings. It feels like you must reveal your feelings. I think you are going to do that, but I think you're thinking about it this week. I don't know that you're actually going to take action because you're in the 4 of Swords this week, but I feel like you're really heavily thinking about it. Now, when the Queen of Cups shows up, it's all about psychic energy. It's about compassion, psychic energy. This is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer energy. I feel like you really want to talk about this, that you really want to open a conversation, even though you're scared you're going to get hurt. I feel like you've been waiting for someone to contact you and they haven't. And I feel like it's time this week for you to contact someone, but the 4 of Swords is here. So I don't know if you're going to be ready to do it this week or not, but you're definitely heavily thinking about that. All right. Leo. This is you, Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's figure it out. What's going on for Leo? Sneak peek for this week for Leo. Leo, if you're interested in a private read, please look below this video. You will find a link that says more. Click there and you'll find all the information you need to book a reading with me over at Wizio. Let's take a look here. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. All right. We've got some movement here this week for you. The Knight of Swords. Movement with the Knight of Swords. Tell me more. We do have Temperance. It's a moment of alchemy for something. Leo, it's a moment of alchemy for you to move forward on something here. Temperance is also being patient. So these are 2 very different energies, right? The Knight of Swords is about getting in there, right? Being very direct, kind of impatient, a little bit impulsive, and but brave. For sure, very brave. But we also have Temperance here, which is patience. It's like, I need to be patient. Although I want to charge in and say something, I got to be patient. Tell me what's going on here. Charging toward the Empress here. I think you're holding yourself back. I feel like you are waiting for a sign, some sort of a sign here. But I do feel that you want to move forward to the Empress. But for some reason, it's like I need to be patient about something. What do you need to be patient about, Leo? What do you need to be patient about? Life is going really fast right now. I feel like you're holding back or trying to be patient or trying to get some balance before things start to get really busy, but it does feel like you want to speak to an Empress here, somebody who you might have big feelings for, somebody who could be a Taurus or a Libra. They don't have to be, could be Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. But I do believe that what you really want is for love to move forward. But I feel, it almost feels like you're waiting for a sign, this moment of alchemy here, you're waiting for a sign of some sort to come before you actually make this move. King of Cups. You know this person is your soulmate. You know this person is your soulmate. Yeah. I do feel like you feel that if you say something, once you say something, it's like you can't Charlie, my guide is showing me right now a lid that's being pulled off of a can. I don't know if you remember, like maybe I'm older than you and you don't remember, but you used to be able to get a snake in a can, and it was like a silly thing. You'd pull off the top. It looks like a can of soup or something that you might want, and then you pull the top off, and like this spring-loaded snake would pop out the top, and that's what this Eight of Wands feels like to me. It feels like that once you open the can of worms, you can't put them back in, so you're scared to open the can of worms. But you know that there's mutual feelings here. You know that you have feelings for this person and they have feelings for you. I feel like this is what scares you right here, is the Empress. The Empress is waiting on you to say something, waiting on you to take a step forward, because the Empress will never chase. The Empress is someone who has spent a lot of their life gaining wisdom. So they have all of the energy of all of the queens, right? Queen of Cups, Wands, Pentacles, and Swords. And this person has spent a lot of time really balancing their energy. And so the Empress will not chase, because the Empress understands that whatever is meant for her will arrive, because she's a master manifester. Now, I feel like you have feelings for this person. They have feelings for you. I do feel like this is a very deep psychic connection. So whenever they think about you, you text them. Whenever you think about them, they text you. And it feels like it is a two-way thing. I feel like there's as much love on one side or the other, but I do feel like you have to hold back or wait or have patience with something. You're in hermit mode, so you're trying to find the wisdom here. It feels like you're trying to find your light, or you're trying to find an answer to something. You need some sort of an answer before you can move forward. And it feels like an answer within the self. The Six of Cups is in the reverse. It feels like you question the depth of this connection. The Six of Cups being in the reverse is, are we really friends or are we lovers? That's what it feels like. I have a lot of love for you. Are we friends or are we lovers? But it feels like, have we known each other? Like, are we soulmates? I feel like you are questioning it in hermit mode. And I think that is why you are that's why you have patience. I think that's why you're holding back right now. We do have the Wheel. And so regardless of what's going on in your head, I feel like the Wheel is going to be pushing you forward. I want to say to you that although you have apprehension here, it does feel like you want to gain more knowledge. You want to know more about this person or the situation, or maybe more about yourself. It feels like you're sort of questioning if there really is such a thing as soulmates. And I want to say to you, look, the King and the Queen of Cups don't just show up in a reading together for no reason. Like there's 78 cards here, and I only have a few on the table. Those two came out together. So I do feel that there is a deep psychic connection here, a deep connection of the heart. But it feels like you feel that with the Eight of Wands, that if you pull the top off the can of worms, you're not going to be able to get them in. And it feels like it might move too quickly for you, or that you feel like you might have a trauma dump of what you're going to say, like blah, you're going to say it all at once. Tell me about the King and the Queen of Cups, please. We have the Page of Cups. So there is affection here. I don't think it's deep love. I think it's a deep psychic connection with affection. The Page of Cups is here. We have the King of Coins. You're wondering if this is the person you want to settle down with. It's a big decision, right? It's a big decision. We have the Four of Cups. The thing is you can't stop thinking about them. You can't stop thinking about this cup here. Should you continue the Three Cups? You know, you don't even have your eyes on the Three Cups. The Three Cups is celebration and fun. It feels like you're not even paying attention to that anymore. It feels like somebody here who could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn has offered you some sort of love or affection or a cup, a new beginning of some kind. And it feels as though it surprised you that this person offered it to you. I feel like you realize that there's a really deep psychic connection here, and it feels like you're intimidated by the Empress. That's what it feels like. Feminine or masculine, you're intimidated by the Empress. It feels like you do want to speak to this person. You want to speak aloud, but it's going to have to be at a moment's notice, because the surprise, right? The page. We've got the death card. I think this is your block. This in the future, I think this is the block for you, because it feels like there maybe possibly you two had a really passionate connection, and now that is ended, and that's confusing you. You're on the outside looking in. We've got 5 pentacles you can see on this card. This is the 8 of Pentacles, but there's 3 pentacles that have not yet been created here. They're just in planning, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it feels like you are feeling in lack. You're feeling on the outside looking in of someone's life here. Feels like there is no more passion, or the passion between you has stopped. So possibly you had a connection with the Empress that was physical, and that has stopped. And now it feels like you can't stop thinking about this person. We've got the 10 Pentacles here. You know that this is an abundant relationship, but you're scared. You're scared because you've been hurt this way before. There you are, Leo, the 6 of Wands. I feel like the Empress is someone who has a lot of options, who has a lot of people cheering them on, watching them. It feels like there's a lot of competition for them. But I also feel like you're very good looking. I feel like you are someone who is very capable in your own right, but it also feels like you have a lot of fear about being seen by someone, because the 6 of Wands is that. Everybody's seeing you, cheering you on. And I feel like you feel like this Empress is your long-term relationship connection, but I don't think you're ready. I think you're holding back, but look, there's going to be a lot of changes coming here. And it feels like the changes are going to come while you're in hermit mode, while you're trying to figure out what it is exactly you want to do. You're holding back and being patient because you don't want to try and push those worms back in the can. It feels like you're going to open a can of worms if you let this go forward, because it always crashes and burns for you. So I think that you've pulled the past traumas into the present, and I feel like that's what's holding you back here. So I think this week is a lot of thinking about what you want to do. All right, Virgo. This is for you, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Virgo, please. Tell me about Virgo. Tell me about Virgo this week. Sneak peek for this week for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Virgo, please. Virgo, we see you as the Emperor this week. Feels like you're taking charge of something here. Maybe you're very stable too. I want to say that maybe stability this week is what your main focus is. Having a lot of stability here. We have the Fool. And we have the Judgment. Wow, some big energy here. Wow, Virgo. So I want to say that it's up to you to make some sort of a really big decision that's going to change the trajectory of your life, my friend. It's a very big decision. Just listening. Yes, I feel like if you want to change your life, whatever it is that you're trying to change, if you're interested in changing it, the opportunity is here. When the major arcana show up, Virgo, you don't really have a choice. The only choice that you have is about how you're going to respond or react. These things are coming at you 100%. I want to say that the thing that's on the top of your mind is being stable, being the authority about something. Maybe you're a business owner, possibly. You don't have to be, but it is stable energy. When the Emperor shows up in the upright, it is stable energy. It also is someone who wants to conquer something. I feel like what you want to conquer is this. There's some sort of a clean slate or a new beginning, but I feel like this has already happened. I feel like you already have this new beginning, and the new beginning could be that you've decided that you're the Emperor, or that you are someone who's carrying it all, a business, a home, a mortgage, like all of it, the kids, the whole thing. But I feel like there is some sort of a big decision that you're making here. We have Aries energy here twice, in the Emperor and the Fool, and then we have your energy, Virgo, in Judgment, plus that is Piscean energy as well. So I feel like you're taking your time going over some details about whether or not you're going to make this decision. Let's find out what that decision is. Tell me about Virgo. We've got the Two of Pentacles, and we've got the Moon. Pisces and Cancer energy. It feels like it might, for some of you, be some sort of a job decision, a business decision. The Two of Pentacles tells me that possibly you're experiencing a financial hardship. You're wondering when money is going to get easier. There's a decision you have to make here, though. Why is the moon here? You have to be patient. You've been patient. Yeah, this is 9 Pentacles. 7 and 2 is 9. So I want to say that money is getting better. You don't see it because the moon is here, but money is getting better. And is it worth it? Is all the hard work you're doing for this situation, is it worth it? I do feel like it works out in your favor because 7 and 2 is 9, and 9 of Pentacles is about being confident, building something from the ground up. It feels like you have had a new beginning. Possibly you have started a business that maybe is still at the 2 of Pentacles stage, but I'm telling you it's going to go to the 9. You just need to be patient. You might be looking around you at other people who are doing the same thing and wondering why your business isn't growing as fast as everyone else's business. There's something here that you can't see. You want to make a decision about something. And it is yours alone to make. This decision is yours alone to make. I think that you're showing up as the Emperor here. Tell me about the moon and judgment, please. There is a decision here that you got to make. You don't know. You don't know. What is this? 6 of Pentacles. You're going to have to ask for help. We have the 5 of Pentacles because you feel like you're on the outside looking in. So you're feeling in lack, so you want to ask for help. I feel like if you can get past this part of not being willing to ask for help, and that's not going to apply to everybody, right? There's a lot of people who in their moon and rising have enough energy that they're willing to ask for help. But if you are the person who is struggling with asking for help, I feel like it changes your life. It almost feels like it's a karmic lesson that you must learn in order to be able to move ahead. And a lot of people never move ahead because they can't ask for help. We've got the 5 of Pentacles here. It feels like for some reason you feel in lack, or you're feeling on the outside looking in here. Queen of Pentacles, yeah. I really do feel that this decision that you're going to make, and I mean, some of you won't make it, and that's the truth of it. I think the decision is that you've been mulling over. You're like, look, I'm the Emperor. I don't ask people for help. I am the authority. I get it. I totally get it. But there are some times when you will come across a situation or a specific topic that you don't necessarily know everything about. And that's the truth of it. And you're going to have to ask somebody. You're going to have to humble yourself a moment and ask somebody for help. And I don't think you want to do it. But I don't think what you don't see is that this is a lesson for you. And if you don't get past this hump, if you don't get over this speed bump here, that it feels like you could be stuck in the moon energy. And that's the thing. Never knowing, not wanting to take a chance. The 6 of Pentacles here is telling me that with the 5 of Pentacles is telling me you're feeling in lack, or you're not making enough money, or you know that you could make more if you had more information, more pentacle information, but you don't. And if you don't ask, I feel like you may be giving up a really big chance to be the Queen of Pentacles, to be the person who is financially stable on their own. I don't need anybody. I'm solid and grounded and dependable. It feels like it goes from the 5 of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. Got the 9 here, right? Yeah, it feels like you're keeping it under the surface here. And the 5 of Cups is here. And it feels like this is old programming, is what I want to say. This is old programming. It's a bit of ego, is what it is. It's old programming that you can't let anybody see you sweat, that you can't let anybody, you will never let on to anyone else. You're the Emperor, so you'll never let on to anyone else that there is, something that you don't know or something that you need to ask about. The Emperor is a little bit of ego, right? Because also the King of Wands, right? There's a little bit of ego, and it feels like it does feel like if you want to move forward here and you want to be stable in your finances, it feels like you're going to have to speak up. But I think you're having a really hard time doing that because we do have the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Cups. So I feel like keeping it under the surface or keeping it concealed is making you sad. It's making you upset. And I feel like you have the opportunity to be the Queen of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, but you're going to have to ask for help first because you're in this energy of, is it really worth it, Elsie? Like, I'm putting in so much energy and I'm barely getting anything out. 2 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, right? That's 7. And it's 7 is here. It's like, is it really worth it? Should I really put more energy into it? Well, I think with more advice or help or assistance, maybe from another emperor, that I think that things could work out to be the Queen of Pentacles energy. We have the 9 of Pentacles. There it is. I was talking about the 7 and the 9. There it is. 9 of Pentacles. You will end up being very confident in this business, and it will continue to grow all the way to the 10 Pentacles. More money than you need, my friend, if you would just ask for help. We have the Knight of Swords, right? You need to rush in and ask for help here. We have the Well. And the thing is that with the Well, it's like you're hiding something, or it's very deep and you're not really sure if you want to, it's dark and cold down there. You're not really sure if you want to tackle that. I'm not really sure if I want to ask somebody for help. Tell me about the Emperor, please. Yeah, you have fear. That's what it is, fear. You're arguing with yourself here. We have the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. And maybe this isn't your reading. It is okay if it's not, but I feel like coming out of this energy brings celebration. There's the 3 of Cups. So it feels like you need to get yourself in a position where you're maybe in a social group where you have a lot of people who do the same thing you do, and maybe you're just throwing questions out there to people. Maybe you're not going to someone one-on-one and saying, look, it's not working for me. My business isn't going really well. Could you please help me? Maybe it's not that. And maybe you can get away with not that. But I feel like you need to put yourself in a social situation here, 3 of Cups, where there are other people who are also in competition with you. Figure out the competition. Look, the best way to figure out where you should be if you're in a group of people who do the same thing as you is to find out where everyone else is at and how did they get there. I feel like there's a way around it if you don't want to show this, if you have this ego thing and you don't really want to show people that it's not working for you. I feel like if you start networking, getting into groups of people who do the same thing you do, that you will come out no problem. We've got the King of Pentacles here. You will start to know how to manifest everything that you need to manifest. You may even meet somebody who's on the same page with you. King and Queen of Pentacles is here. Look, the King of Wands is here, and I did speak about the King of Wands being a problem, being with a little bit of ego, right? It feels like you might end up speaking with somebody here who is on the same page with you and wants what you want. Absolute, building of the kingdom, right? So it feels like, and this could be love, this maybe isn't, but it is somebody who's on the same page as you financially, or someone who does the same kind of work you do. Take it as it resonates. It's time to start poking around and asking the competition about why they're successful. If you feel like you're not successful and they are, then it's time to start asking questions. All right. Libra, this is you. This is Libra's sneak peek for this week. Thought I broke a nail. Guess not. All right, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra, please. Tell me about Libra this week. Libra, if you're interested in a private read, please look below this video if you're interested in a private read. They do begin at $40. You will see the link that says more. If you click that, there's a link to Wizio there. Tell me about Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for this week, please. A sneak peek for this week for Libra. We have the 4 of Swords. What are you up in your head about here? We've got the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. And we have the 2 of Swords. Look, it's time to reconnect. It feels like I want to say that you're in healing. I want to say that healing for you is just not really being in communication with people around you. I feel like maybe you've been in a little bit of hermit energy here. I don't see the hermit here, but the 4 of Swords is kind of the same thing. It's like little to no communication with people around you. I feel as though you want to reconnect, But it feels though you want to be healed before you reconnect. We have the Two of Swords here. You're still kind of blocked here about what you want to do. We do have the Judgment card in the future, which tells me that there's going to have to be some sort of a big decision that's going to be made here that is going to change, the trajectory of your life. It's a pretty big deal when the Judgment card shows up. For now, I think you're kind of blocking yourself to the future right now with this Four of Swords energy. It feels like you're not really communicating with people. It feels like, we've got six swords here. It feels like you just need to be out of the chaos. And that's why you're kind of doing it alone, going it alone right now. We've got the Eight of Swords. We have the Nine of Swords. We have some progression here. And we have the Ace of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands in the distance here. So I feel like you do want to reconnect with someone. It feels like someone or a group of people. It feels like more than one to me. But the Five of Pentacles in the reverse tells me that that you want to reconnect. You're tired of being out in the cold. But it feels like you're not really communicating with anybody. You're waiting for everybody to communicate with you. And it's almost as if you're thinking obsessively, like the Eight of Swords being here next to the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. You're like, why aren't they connecting with me? Why isn't somebody calling me and finding out where I am? I've been off the grid for a little bit. I left. I walked away, or I moved away from this chaos and went to this calm, and now everybody's forgotten that. It's like I'm off the grid and everybody's forgotten about me. It almost feels like you're worried about that. You're worried that someone's forgotten about you, or how come I'm the one that always has to reach out to them? How come they don't reach out to me? I think that you do want some sort of a new beginning, but it does feel like it's exciting and creative. Like maybe you are someone who is a creator, but you're doing it under, it's like you're doing it in the, not in the dark, but you're doing it so nobody can see it. Like you're doing it under cloak. That's what it feels like here. This person's wearing a cloak. But I want to say that you feel very alone in this journey by yourself, whether it is about something creative or not. We have a lot of swords here. So we have worry, we have a block, and we have you trying to heal from it. We also have a new beginning here. A new beginning that's exciting and creative. I do see you as my creative friends. But it feels like you're kind of stuck obsessively thinking about whatever went on in the past that brought you in this place of lack of finances, being on the outside looking in. It feels like, it does feel like, why aren't they connecting with me? They saw that I went off the grid. Like, why is nobody connecting with me? Tell me what you're worried about here. Because it feels like it's created a block. I want to say it's created a block between you and whoever might be in the future here. We have the King of Pentacles, we have the Six of Wands, and we have the Four of Cups. So it feels like you do want some sort of victory here. It feels like you do want the attention. I'm just going to say you feel like, and if I'm not connecting with you, it's fine. Don't take this part of the reading, but somebody here feels as though nobody's connecting with them because they don't have a lot of money. It feels like with the King of Pentacles here and the Six of Wands, it's like you're capable of it. You're capable of having this financial stability and more than you need. But I think you worry about money. I think you worry about it. You worry that there's a lot of competition or a lot of people watching. And so it keeps you in this Four of Cups and Four of Swords. So it keeps you in this sort of redundant energy where it's like you can't make a decision with all these swords here. You can't make a decision, and so you're not moving. You're not connecting with people. Look, there's another Four. There's a lot of redundancy here. It feels like you're shut off, shut down, not sharing. Tell me about the Eight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Because it's like you're obsessively thinking about reconnecting, but you're in the Four of Swords, so you're not reconnecting. For some of you, this could have to do with family. Maybe you're disconnected from family, possibly. got Sagittarius energy here. It is Temperance. It feels like, it's almost like you're waiting for something. You're being patient and you're waiting for someone to communicate with you because you have no intention of reaching out to them. It could be someone who's in your family, Libra, possibly, or somebody who you have had a really close relationship, or possibly someone that you are currently living with. Maybe it's just the silent treatment. We have a lot of swords here, but we do have the 8 of Pentacles here. And so I feel like somebody here really wants to work on it. I feel like you do. You want to work on it. You're trying to work into communicating with someone, but still I get this feeling of, why don't they connect with me first? Why is it always me that has to connect with them? I feel like it's your choice. If you want the wish fulfillment, you're going to have to take charge of the situation, and I think that that's what the lesson is here. I feel like you, with the Lovers showing up, it is a choice. It's a choice to be in the 4 of Swords, or it is a choice to connect with other people. I feel like your wish fulfillment is to make the choice, but we do have the Knight of Wands in the reverse, which tells me you're not going anywhere. You're not putting any energy into it. You're not moving anywhere. It's like I feel stuck. I feel stuck here in this worry. So I feel like you're going to have to make a decision to communicate with people if you want to get them back in your life. And I know that's not what you want to do. It doesn't feel like it here. Tell me about the Ace of Wands. But I think ultimately what it does is it brings really fun, imaginative, creative excitement. And I feel like you just have to make the choice to reach out to your group of people or your family, whoever they are. And we have the Queen of Swords here. So it does feel like, yeah, it almost feels like you have an overwhelming emotional response when it's almost like people question you. They question you about your money. They question you about how you're spending your money or where you're putting your money. It feels like you've got this talent that you're not using, or you have a talent that maybe you are building things under the surface where people can't see it, and people are kind of questioning you. Well, when are you going to put out that book? When are you going to put out that song? When are you going to do the thing that you said you were going to do? I feel like you get very defensive when people talk about that. And so that could be why you've sequestered yourself a little bit. You get very overly emotional when people talk about the 10 of Pentacles. It's like you have some sort of a talent that somebody in your family possibly tells you that you need to work harder on, because the moment of alchemy is coming, but you need to get out of the 8 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. You need to reconnect to somebody and stop thinking about it. It feels like you don't want to connect to these people because they're going to start questioning you about your project, or the money you're making for the project, or why didn't you get that project off the ground? It's like you said you were going to do something and you didn't do it yet because it's not ready. And I know about that. I'm a creator. I know about that. You don't want to throw your pearl before swine, right? You don't want to spend so much time loving on a project, you put it out there and then people poo-poo on it, right? It's the worst feeling ever. I get it. But I feel like you got to be brave. Yeah. You got to close the chapter to if you want it, you need to go out and get it. You have to stop waiting for people to connect with you. It feels like you need to say something. You need to liberate yourself, and you need to say something. And if people start talking about your financial situation or how much money you're making or why didn't you get the project out yet, then if it's not your workplace, then you just need to tell them, shut it. It's none of your business. It's none of your business what I'm doing, when I'm going to do it, when I'm going to get the project out there. I think you got to liberate yourself from the situation. I'm not saying to tell if you're an employer, but if you're someone who's self-employed or a creator, that's what I feel like I'm talking to here. Someone who is creating something on the down low, and everybody is waiting for you to release this thing and you haven't yet. I feel like if you decide to release this thing, I feel like it goes really well, to be honest. We do have the 6 of Wands and we do have the King of Pentacles. I feel like it makes you the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. And you get a lot of attention for it, but I feel like right now you're sitting on it. You've decided you're not doing it right now. So I think you need to end this chapter first before you have some sort of a breakthrough. Before you're going to be able to break through and everything is going to go well for you, and it will. I feel like you have to have an ending of this silence here. The ending of this, it feels almost like it feels like two people standing there staring at each other with a line between them. It's like, you cross the line. No, you cross the line. That's what it feels like. You step forward first. No, you step forward first. That's what it feels like. We're in a deadlock here. All right. Scorpio, this is you. How are you, Scorpio? Thank you so much for clicking here. I I appreciate you. Let's find out what's going on for you this week. Sneak peek for this week for Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Scorpio, please. Tell me about Scorpio. What's coming up for Scorpio this week, please? Sneak peek for this week. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for Scorpio. We have an Ace of Swords, an aha moment, a triumphant moment, or possibly some sort of contract. Let's figure out what's going on here, Scorpio. Tell me about Scorpio. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, something that has been taking very long. It feels like you've been holding back or moving slow towards some sort of a conversation here. Thinking about it, making sure that you know what to say. You're being patient, you're taking your time, because you want to make sure that when you do open this conversation, Ace of Swords, that you know what to say, that it goes the way that you want it to go. If you are waiting to have a conversation with someone who's a High Priestess, I just want to let you know right now that they know you're on the way. They know that you're thinking about them. They know that you are thinking about making some sort of a communication toward them. We do have the High Priestess, who is Piscean energy. You could have Pisces as well as Scorpio in the chart. But it does feel like here your gut. You're waiting for your gut, because that's what you're all about, right? Whether you know you're psychic or you don't, chances are if you're watching tarot, you know that you have some sort of psychic energy. But it feels like you're waiting for the moment of shift. You're waiting for your gut to tell you it's go time. And I think until then, you're holding back. Until then, you are taking your time. Because in your head, you're going over all the details. If I say this, they're going to say that. And if they say that, I'm going to say this. It feels like that's it. You're being very strategic and prepared, right? That is totally you. You're being very strategic here. Moving slowly towards something that you want. We've got the World in the reverse. It feels like there is something here that is not quite finished. It's like this is an achievement or a milestone for you, and that's why it's really important. It's important that you close this chapter finally, and I feel like it's been left open, and it feels uncomfortable. It feels like you've been thinking about it on a non-stop kind of basis, because Virgo is the one that's always looking over the self. I think you've been hard on yourself about leaving this chapter open here, Scorpio. And it always is going to depend on your moon and your rising sign, right? It's not going to be the same for every Scorpio, because every Scorpio is not the same. We do have the Knight of Swords, so it's a conversation you want to have. It sure is, because the Knight of Swords is not scared, is a little bit impatient, very brave, moving in quickly. I just want to say it. There's two swords here, and I feel like you're experiencing a little bit of a mental block. Got swords, which is up in the head, right? If you're experiencing some sort of a mental block, and so I think that's why you're relying on your intuition to tell you when it's time to go. But there is something here that I feel is unfinished, and it bothers you. Could be a choice that you have to make here. We've got the Four of Wands on the deck. On the bottom of the deck, to me, that's future energy. We have Gemini energy here. And I want to say that there is somebody that you do want to speak with, that you're thinking about speaking with. You currently are in sort of a mental block about it. You're not really sure when you want to do it. You're waiting for your gut. Look, the Knight of Swords is pointing straight at the High Priestess. I'm going to say it, but I got to wait until my gut tells me to do it. This could be someone that you're quite serious about, or someone possibly that you did have some sort of a connection with, that you have like maybe this is a deep soul connector of some sort. Put whatever label on that you want, but it feels like you are about to make a decision to speak to somebody here, but you're waiting for your gut to tell you when it's time to go. Tell me about the World being in the reverse, please. The World's been in the reverse for a really long time, and I think that it's really bothering you that this chapter has not closed yet, that you don't have resolution or resolve on this yet. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the King of Swords. I think it's a reminder. The Two of Pentacles to me is always a reminder to stay in the present moment. not in the past, not in the past, not in the future. Because if you are going in and making conversation with swords, that is head over heart energy. And so that means we're not putting any emotions into it. However, I do feel that there is a connection here with somebody who is quite emotional. I feel like you two are very different. This person deals with stuff heart over head. You deal with stuff head over heart, possibly, or maybe it's the other way around. Take it as it resonates. But we do have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer here. We do have Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy here. So it does feel like you have an open, unfinished business. It's like this door is still open, and it feels like you're supposed to be reminded that nothing will come from you trying to redig up the past. It will also not serve you to talk about too far in the future. And I feel like with the King of Swords present, just to be very factual and honest and truthful and transparent about your feelings and how you feel about the situation. But try and keep it in the present moment. Because if this is history, if we do have nostalgia with each other here, if there is history, it could end up somebody dragging something up from the past. I feel like you have deep feelings for somebody here, and it feels like there is unfinished business with somebody, and I think that you've been thinking about them because the door is not closed here yet. I think this is someone that you are choosing to speak with. Tell me about the High Priestess and the Knight of Swords. Two of Swords, there it is. I called it out, right? Two Swords. It's like you have some sort of a mental block. And so because you can't decide in the mind, you're waiting for your gut to tell you. You're waiting for your High Priestess energy to pop up and say, okay, Scorpio, it's time to go. It's time to do this thing. We've got the Page of Pentacles. It does feel like you do want to send some sort of a physical message. So maybe instead of being face to face with somebody, which is possible with the Page of Pentacles, maybe you want to send something, like you want to send a letter, because we have lots of thoughts here, right? You want to send a letter, or you want to send a note, or you want to send flowers with a card, or it feels like when your gut tells you to go, you will go, but it feels like you're going to do it in a Page of Pentacles sort of way. Something is like, it's like you want something to materialize in the 3D, but you really need to figure out what it is that you want to do. And you don't know what that is yet because the moon is here. I want to say that the moment where your gut tells you it's go time is closer than you think, because that's what I see when I see the moon card. And it feels like things aren't as they really seem. And what I want to say about that is I think that you're going to be far more well received than you think. Tell me why the Lovers is here, please. Yeah, it feels like if you do make a choice, if your choice is to reach out to this person and ask them out, this person may not be single. I'm just saying. They may turn you down just simply because they are not single, or they are not confident that you are interested in them in that way. We have the Eight of Pentacles. It also could be because somebody here has not been working on themselves, or maybe someone has been off work. Maybe they're not feeling well. Maybe someone's off work and their pentacles are dwindling. It could be that. The Eight of Pentacles is, when it's in the reverse, it's like, I'm not working on it. I'm not at work. It feels like somebody here, they could turn you down. And so it doesn't seem, things are not as they appear. I'm going to say if somebody does turn you down, it might be because they've been unwell. It might be because they don't have enough money, or they feel like they couldn't afford to go out and they don't expect you to pay, or something like that. But I feel like you will ask somebody out. So just take it as it resonates, because it feels like this is not going to turn out the way you think it's going to turn out. If this person says no to you, it's not because they don't like you. It's not because they don't want to see you, or they don't have this energy for you here with the Lovers. It's because of something that's going on under the surface in their pentacle world. One, maybe they're not single. Two, maybe they're not well. Maybe they don't have enough money to go out and they don't expect you to pay. We have the Queen of Wands here. It does feel like this person maybe would rather be single, possibly, that they would rather be single. With this Queen of Wands energy, the Nine of Pentacles being in the reverse tells me that it could go either way. It's like, maybe I don't want to be single, but it feels like they're very independent. That someone is very independent and they like to do what they like to do. Queen of Pentacles, they're very sturdy and stable, this person. But I want to say, don't take it personally if they don't want to see you, because I feel like it's something underneath the surface that you don't see here. Ace of Pentacles. They could have some sort of business thing on the cooker right now. Tell me what you're going to say. We have the Page of Wands, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Judgment card. So I feel like you're ready to spill your guts. I feel like you're ready to tell them, you're ready to send them a message, and you're ready to let them know that maybe you're not going to let them know right away, but you are making a big decision. If you reach out to this person, Page of Wands and Judgment, if you do reach out to them, it's going to change your life, because either they're going to say no, or maybe it's going to be not now, maybe it's later, maybe someone has just gotten out of a relationship. Take it as it resonates, right? Things are not as they appear in the Pentacle world. Things are not as they appear, so don't take it personally if they turn you down right away. We've got Virgo and Pisces energy here. The Ten of Cups is here, and it's in between the Page of Wands and the Judgment card. And I feel like this is what your wish is. I feel like the Ace of Swords, your intention to speak with this person is to find out if you have a contract, like a life contract with them. The Ten of Cups is on your mind, and you know that the Ten of Cups is going to change your life, but first you need to reach out to this person, and they might turn you down at the very beginning. It looks like you're going back to something, or someone else is coming back to you, but we have the Page of Cups here, and it's a surprise. The Ten of Wands, you can finally drop the burdens. I think the burdens come from keeping this door open. I feel like although the door, that maybe the door has closed physically, that maybe you're not thinking that it has closed energetically, and maybe you just need some closure. Maybe that's all it is. You need to sort of get in this person's energy, find out what they're doing with their life. Are they single? Are they not? I feel like you just want to connect with somebody here. The Three of Cups. Ask them out and find out what's going on in their life. All right, Sag, this is you. Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is your sneak peek for this week, Sagittarius. Tell me about Sag. Sagittarius. Your sneak peek for this week, Sag. Tell me what's coming up with Sagittarius. Oh, the Sun. It's going to be a good week. I like it. The Sun is here. Why, please? We have the Chariot. Okay. So it's like free and clear. You can move ahead whenever you're ready to do that, Sag. You can move straight ahead. We got a block. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. It's just, of course, everything goes lovely, and then we keep reading, and then there's the Eight of Swords. So we do have Cancer energy here. We have Leo energy here. I feel like the Eight of Swords is a block, and it might be a block for Leo. It might be a block for Cancer, but maybe it's a block for you. Take it as it resonates. But it feels like somebody is up in their head. It feels like if you want it, if you can get out of this Eight of Swords, I feel like if you want it, it's clear ahead. I want to say that the Chariot here and the Sun tells me the Sun is a place where you grow, right? It's a place of growth. It's a place where it's like physically, in your career, spiritually, mentally, everything's growing. And I feel like you're ready to move forward on something here, but it feels like there's some sort of a block here. Maybe it's something that you're obsessively thinking about moving forward. Moving away from something in the past, moving toward the future. Let's get more cards on the table here. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I'm your Saggy sister, by the way. Thanks so much for clicking here. It's in my rising. We've got the Nine of Cups. We've got the Lovers. That is something, isn't it? We've got a choice that needs to be made here. Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Wands under the bottom of the deck, which is the future energy. So it feels like you're at the crossroads here. You're at a crossroads, and you need to make a decision about what you're going to do. You're stuck on someone here. I think, Sag, it feels like you're stuck on someone. The Lovers is here, and it feels like you have chosen somebody, but I don't know that they've chosen you. Or maybe you feel like they haven't. Maybe you're obsessively thinking about that. I choose this person. Why haven't they told me? Why haven't they made it clear to me that they choose me too if I've already chosen them? I think that's what the Eight of Swords is about. It feels like you offer a lot. You offer a lot to the person who's in your life. as a person, like whether it's your children or a spouse or friends, or you offer a lot. And I want to say that you're the overgiver. You're the person who's always giving a lot. I would say too much, because it feels like with the Queen of Pentacles here that you are the Empress, or that you are the one in training to be the Empress. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Capricorn, of course, but this is the one who's emulating the Empress, who's mastering the manifestation of being the Empress. I want to say that's what you're practicing, and it makes you happy to do so. But I feel like sometimes that's not returned. You're like, I keep giving everybody my all, and I'm not getting it back. Why am I not getting it back? So I feel like you've already chosen somebody. They could be a Leo. They could be someone who's Cancer. Could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel like you've already chosen that person, and you're ready to give them everything. I feel like you're ready for marriage. You're ready to move in, whatever this is, right? I feel like you're ready for it, but I feel like there's a block here. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. It feels like somebody is not reciprocating. Tell me about the Eight of Swords, please. And the Two of Wands comes out. We're at the crossroads. So you need to make a decision, Sag. If you're giving your everything, in fact, you're probably giving more than everything because the Queen of Pentacles is here. You're probably making a beautiful home, cooking for this person, like doing all the things. And it feels like the Two of Wands is here. You need to make a decision. The Lovers is also a decision, because this person is not reciprocating whatever it is that you're doing for them. There are a lot of takers, and that's why givers got to be careful, right? And I think that you're a big giver. We have the Six of Wands here. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you feel that this other person has a lot of options or opportunities, or maybe they're very good looking and a lot of people have their eyes on them. Maybe you see people flirting with them online or something like that. It feels like this person is far more interested in the group that they're entertaining than they are with you. I know this is sort of a weird picture. This somebody who's got like a, I don't know, looks like a monster head in a bubble. But you know what? They're keeping these people entertained. They're all cheering and there's confetti in the air, and it feels like somebody here is like a master manipulator. I'm going to say, like, they seem like a magician. This person has on the magician's hat, and they also have this head in a bubble. Like, it looks like, it's like they're, it's wonder and awe. It almost is like, I want to say that this person is probably very charismatic. They probably have a lot of people looking at them. It feels like there is a lot of, a lot of competition. But a lot of people cheering them on, and I think that you want to invest in this person. You need to make a decision, and that's the bottom line. The Two of Wands is here, and you need to make a decision, because I feel like this person is doing their thing. They have their back to you, and they're doing their thing. And I don't think they're ignoring you, but I don't think they really care what you think about their pentacle world. I feel like that you want them to invest in you, but they're interested in entertaining the masses. We do have a Tower here. It feels like you're going to have to make some sort of a decision at some point about what you're going to do. You're going to have a realization that I think that you're ready for all of this, but somebody here is in the Eight of Swords. They're not ready for it at all. We have the Strength card and the Tower. Somebody's holding off the Tower, and I think it's you, Sag. You're holding off the Tower, and it feels like you've been at this for a while, because we've got Pentacles here. It feels like you've been at this for a while, possibly 2 years. And I think that you think that you're happy just being who you are, being the overgiver and constantly giving to people, and you're ready to go. You're just waiting for this person to be ready to go, and I don't think that they are. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles, please. For Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We have Gemini energy here, by the way. We have Leo energy here. We have Cancer. Feels like somebody's hiding themselves under the surface. It almost feels like you feel like you can't move forward, that you have clarity on exactly what it is that you want. And I'm just going to say, Sag, it feels like the story about the woman who has got everything planned, the wedding, the dress, the everything, and is just looking for a man to plunk. And that's really not a healthy way to look at it, right? It's like you're just looking for the person to plunk into your life story so you can just get married and carry on with life. And I don't know that that's the healthiest way to look at it. You just want to be needed. Because the Queen of Pentacles loves to provide things. So there we go. I feels like with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, we have the Six of Swords, and we have the Hierophant. It's like a lesson learned, my friend. The Hierophant is here. You could be dealing with the Taurus. You don't have to be dealing with, but when the Knight of Pentacles shows up in reverse, it's like everything is stopped in its tracks. I'm no longer moving. I'm being very wary, standing off to the side. Six of Swords is next. This person might decide that they're going to leave, and that's going to be a lesson on you. So be aware. Be aware that I feel like you're in a whole lot deeper than someone else is, that they're really on the surface, and they're very much into entertaining the masses. And I feel like they go out with friends. I feel like they flirt, they have fun. And I feel like you're waiting here with the Pentacle, ready to invest in them, and you're standing here with the Pentacle, with the Queen of Pentacles here, and I feel like you're ready to invest in them, and they're not ready to invest. They've actually stopped. They might be moving away further from you, and this has got to be a lesson that you've got to learn, or you will continue to do it over and over again. What's the outcome here, please? I think that you can be happy on your own. That's the thing. The Nine of Cups is here. Wish fulfillment with the Queen of Pentacles is like you do have the ability to choose to be happy on your own, because the Lovers is a choice. You can choose to be happy on your own. I feel like you'll be happy on your own. There it is. We've got the Two of Pentacles, we've got the Tower, and we've got the Strength card. They came up together again. So I do feel that you're holding back the Tower. You're holding off the Tower. That it feels like you know what's about to come. You're quite psychic, Sag. You know what's about to come. And I feel like something is about to come that's going to make you feel like you have to be the one who brings balance to the situation, because the other person won't. I think they want to be more friends than anything. I don't think that this person is ready for any sort of commitment. I think you are, but I don't think they are. We do have the Devil here. It could be because of some sort of addictions, possibly. Maybe someone doesn't want to give up their party phase. Someone doesn't want to give up entertaining the masses, possibly. We do have the Knight of Cups. Yeah. Look, I feel like if you don't end it with them, they're going to end up ending it with you. And then that's where the betrayal comes in. Because I feel like you have these romantic feelings for this person, and I think they're far more paying more attention to their addiction to romance. And so I feel like the addiction to romance comes in with the Six of Wands here. Somebody who's entertaining the masses, right? That's what it feels like here. So I feel like the Tower comes, and I feel like it's something that's it's a surprise. We just saw the Two of Cups here. I feel like, the Two of, or the Page of Cups who's on the bottom of the deck here. It feels like you need to make a decision, because the Tower is going to fall regardless. I've got the Knight of Swords. This person, I feel, is going to end up telling you, look, I'm not interested. This person is shut off and shut down. They can't be vulnerable, and I feel as though you want to talk to them. You want to have them speak with you, and I don't think that they're ready to speak about it. Sorry. I don't usually give you that kind of reading, but that's what it feels like here, Sag. It feels like you've been working hard on it, but you're the only person who's working hard on it. All right. Capricorn, here we go. This is for you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is your sneak peek for the week, Capricorn. Your sneak peek for this week, Capricorn. What's coming up for Capricorn, please? Capricorn, you've been getting some pretty great readings lately. Something's going great in your life here. Let's see if we can keep up the momentum. Tell me what's coming up with Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And I say that because when I started reading for you regularly was, I don't know, probably November maybe. October, November, when I started reading for Capricorn regularly, and it was a pretty tough time you were having back there. And things seem to be going really well for you now. Capricorn, let's find out what's going on for Capricorn, please, this week. We have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a good place to be. I mean, it is movement, right? It is movement. It is learning lessons. To me, it is as a reader, because why else would you take Six Swords with you? I feel like you're being pulled in a certain direction by the universe. If you are a person who's been seeing crows or ravens, I feel like you'll know that it's time to move on, or time to move to a different space. Maybe physically move. You could be moving from, home to home, possibly apartment or house. But I feel like it's a mental move. I feel like it's more It's more that you are going to have a shift in your mental energy, because you've been working on yourself, and that makes total sense. The Eight of Pentacles is about self-mastery. You've been really working hard. And so I feel like you've been working hard on the mental health, possibly. There it is. The decision had to be made, or it has to be made. This week, I feel like it's a big decision. It's a big decision to move on because you've worked hard enough on yourself. And it feels like you're putting something behind you that you... that maybe you were doing on a regular basis that you're no longer doing since you began to heal. That's what it feels like. So the Eight of Pentacles being putting the work in, and that's what's helping you move along mentally. The Judgment card is here, and I feel like this is something that's changing your life. It's a decision that's changing your life here. Moving forward, tell me more about this for Capricorn. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you're walking away from something. Have patience with your money, I want to say, because we do have the Two Pentacles here. It feels like you may be taking a hit in the finances right now, but I feel like it's temporary is what I want to say, because 8 and 2 is 10. I feel like it's very temporary if you are the person who's paying out a lot of expenses for moving. If it is a physical move, it doesn't have to be. But we do have 10 Pentacles here. I feel like the Two of Pentacles is also reminding you to stay in the present moment, to try not to live in the past. We do have the Eight of Pentacles. That person's looking into the past. And I feel like you're healing from past things, from transgressions people have put against you, and I feel like you're healing from that. I also feel like as you move away mentally, move away physically from whatever was in the past. It feels like the Two of Pentacles is telling me to tell you, stop living in the past and don't live in the present. Please be mindful of being in the present moment and keeping everything in balance. I feel like life has gotten really busy for you, or it's about to be. That's because there is a moment of alchemy coming up here where you actually pull away emotionally from something, this thing here. It feels like whatever was in the past, you're actually making the pull. You're pulling out of that vibration, whatever it was back there that made you have to go through all of this healing. And, you know, the Eight of Pentacles is about checking within the self. I need to go over me, find out what's going on with me. And I'm really glad that you're doing that. So we do have Virgo and Pisces energy here. We do have Sagittarian energy here. I feel like you are making a decision to pull away from settling. I feel like you are the person who is the overgiver, right? You're the Empress in training. You're the one who is feminine or masculine, right? You're the Empress in training. That's the Capricorn energy. You're the one who's the overgiver. You're always blessing this one and blessing that one and blessing this one. And it feels like there is, with the Eight of Cups here and the Judgment card, that you are finally making a shift, a positive shift here. After doing a lot of work on yourself, you're making a positive shift into the future here. You're finally leaving that vibration. And I think you've been patient with yourself, but you're finally leaving that vibration. It's time to move along and make some sort of big decision. What's this big decision? I think the big decision is you're no longer settling for whatever people give you anymore. I feel like you now are... Yeah, look at that. It's a breakthrough. I love it. So your decision comes with a breakthrough. It comes with this breakthrough of clarity. And it's like, I deserve to grow. I deserve to be on point in my career, mental health, physical health. I feel like you're in a spot of growth right now. It started here, and here it is with the sun. Sun is Leo energy. We have the Six of Wands. It is the victory. It is everybody watching you have that victory. I think that people are cheering your wand. They really do want you to stop settling for people that are just not... They're not in your life for a good reason. I feel as though that maybe you choose people based on the pentacle world. So maybe, you know, the things that they have or the things that they own. I'm saying in the past. I'm not saying that this is what you're doing anymore, but maybe you chose people based on what they could give you. And I feel like you're no longer doing that. I feel like you are no longer settling for people breadcrumbing you in the emotions department. And it feels like the big decision for you is that you're getting clarity on, look, you are the prize. You are the prize. This person's standing on a stage and people here are cheering them on. Spotlight's on you, and I feel like it's a breakthrough, a realization of your worth. And the 9 of Wands is in the reverse. And if it's going to be in your reading, it might as well be in the reverse, which means you now are no longer feeling exhausted. It's like you can put these wands down where they are and you're just going to move off into the future. And I love that for you. Tell me about Temperance. This is the moment of alchemy for something here. I think first of all, it's going to heal your finances. So I feel like money is going to start getting better for you. Oh, that's very interesting. This person is balancing. And so is this one. Yep. Balancing the same things, right? The earth and the fire, the earth and the fire. So it's all about gaining balance and healing. Tell me about Temperance. The King of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to do just fine. The King of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, and the Moon energy. Yeah, you're the alchemist. It's really kind of beautiful. Capricorn, you're the alchemist. And you know what the alchemist does? The alchemist takes pain and turns it into abundance. And that's really beautiful. It's the truth. It's like you never knew. You couldn't see it. You couldn't see it. You never knew that you were the alchemist, which is Temperance. You couldn't see it before because you were allowing people to breadcrumb you. Tell me about this move. 6 of Pentacles, Chariot. Yeah, you're out of Dodge, man. You're out. Not dealing with that anymore. We have the Fool. You're off to a brand new start here. So with the 6 of Swords, which you're moving away from, which you've disconnected from some sort of chaotic situation, and I think it was overgiving. Because this person, you know, the 6 of Pentacles is about giving to this one, giving to that one. It's almost like it depletes you. And that's why the 2 of Pentacles is here. Because I feel like you were supporting someone in the financial world and they weren't really giving you a whole lot back. And so I feel like the chaos that you needed to move away from was allowing someone to deplete you from the abundance that you are. And so I feel like you're someone who overgives. You're someone who gives to people in need. You're someone who, I feel like your love language is probably gift giving. You're the gift giver. You like to give to people, make sure that they have what they need. I feel like this is something that you are moving away from because I think you've learned your lesson that you, that it is self-love, I feel, that is really necessary here. And I think that's what the lesson is here. It feels like you're moving away from giving everybody what they want while they're not giving you anything, showing like the Chariot is Cancer. Their love energy or their appreciation is under the surface. They're not showing you anything. I feel like you're out of there. I feel like you're moving away from that. The 2 of Cups could mean that you're moving toward love. I mean, I feel like this could be self-love for sure, love for self, but it definitely could be that you're moving forward and that you will find love in the future because we do have the Fool here. You being the student of life has given you a new beginning here, a new passionate beginning. We've got 4 wands on here with the Knight of Wands. We've got 4 wands on here. So I feel like you're starting to learn how to live by yourself, how to be happy by yourself, how to have this new beginning and do all the things for yourself instead of holding on to people who only give you lip service. People who are only giving you lip service. I feel like that's what you were holding on to, someone in the past who has given you just the lip service. It's time for you to grow. All right. And grow you did. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, Aquarius. Happy birthday. My cerebral babies, my geniuses, how are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I hope you're having a good birthday month. Is it a birthday week, a birthday day, a birthday month? How does it work for you, Aquarius? I'm not in Aquarius world. Tell me how it goes. Tell me how that Pluto in your sign is going too. Seems like the Aquarius readings coming up lately are talking all about that, all about the changes and transformations that you're going through. That's what last week's reading was about, right? I just did that yesterday, by the way, that reading. All right, here we go. Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what's coming up this week. Sneak peek for this week for Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We have the Hanged Man. The Hanged One. Trying to make some sort of a decision. Feeling like in a self-sacrificing energy here. Feeling like you need to sacrifice something in order to move forward. We have the Ten of Cups. Oh, interesting. So it almost feels like you feel that you have to sacrifice happiness for something. We have the Eight of Pentacles. You know what it is, Aquarius? You need to sacrifice the 10 cups to focus on you. That's what it is. It's like your gut is telling you you need to focus on you. And the 10 cups is here. I feel like you're going to be happiest when you stop looking out there for all the things that you want and start looking within. And it feels like there's some self-mastery here that you might be going through. You might be going through energetically. The Hanged One, the Hanged Man, right, is about sacrifice. It's about giving it all to the universe, surrendering it all. It's the ultimate surrender. I'm just going to give it to you. I'll give it to you and you tell me what to do with it next. And I feel like the universe answers back and says it's self-love. It's self-work. It's working on the self. And I know somebody said to me in the comments, if somebody tells me that I need to do more work on myself, my head's going to explode. But look, the truth of the matter is we never stop working on ourselves. And if you're the one who thinks that you're already healed and you've got all the work down, telling you, you're going to be sad when situations come up that you really have to work on. And I feel like the universe is telling you here that it is time to work on it. It's time to work on the self. And what does that mean? Well, let's find out what that means here. Maybe you need to work on, put the hard work in on your intuition. Maybe you need to start, instead of, being head over heart, maybe it's time to start involving the intuition because you have really super high intuition. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. You know what these two cards say to me? Is friendship even worth it? That's what it feels like to me. Is it even worth it? Somebody is having some heavy thoughts. That's what it feels like. The Ace of Pentacles is in the reverse. I am not going to invest in one single soul until somebody shows me that they're ready to invest in me. I think that's a great place to be. But listen to your gut. And I feel like instead of going at everything cerebrally, making decisions from the mind, I think it's time to involve the intuition. Time to involve the intuition. I think it's the Ten of Cups is what you want here. And I think that really for most of you, what you're looking at is some really beautiful friendships. You're looking at starting slow, the Three of Pentacles. Maybe I just need a friendship. We'll start at the friendship, but really, is it worth it? Like, is the friendships worth it? It feels like you're kind of arguing with yourself. I think that you need to include a little bit of surrender, give it out to the universe and say, look, bring me what it is that I need. And thinking about figuring it out with your gut instead of with your head, right? We have the Strength card here. You're holding back for something here. Tell me about the... it's like I feel like the person that I'm speaking with, and this reading's not going to be for everybody. It feels like it's kind of personal, but the person I'm connecting with is somebody who I feel is really struggling with, is it worth it to work on myself? Like, I feel like you're the person who's been working on yourself over and over and over again. You find a little thing and then you work on that thing. And I feel like you're kind of becoming exhausted from working on yourself so much. Feel like you're ready to just give it back to the universe and say, look, I surrender it. I'm tired of people telling me that I'm not enough. Well, then you need to stop listening to people around you. There's the Sun. It's the breakthrough. I feel like you're right around the corner from a breakthrough because you have been doing a lot of the work and you have been patient with yourself. You've been patient with doing the work, but I think you're getting to a place right now, like I said, like you feel like if one more person tells me that I feel like you're ready for your head to explode. But the Sun is here and I feel like there's there was a lot of growth here. Like you've had already a lot of growth. And I feel like the sun is also casting the light, or, putting the spotlight on the Eight of Pentacles, telling you it's maybe time for you to spend time in your pentacle world with yourself, by yourself, with the Hanged One. And maybe now is not the time to be investing in anything at this point. Maybe it's all about you. We have the Nine of Swords here. Your worries come to the surface, and the Eight of Swords, and you're stuck in your head. So the worries all come to the surface at some point, and you're stuck in your head. We have Leo energy here, by the way. We have Piscean energy here. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. What are you stuck in your head about? The Two of Cups. Okay, that makes more sense. So I don't think that you need to do work on yourself in order to find love. That's not what I'm saying. You are enough the way you are. But I do feel like with the Eight of Pentacles that you pick yourself apart. That's what I want to say. You pick yourself apart and you're like, is it really worth it to keep breaking myself down to be the best version of me so I can find love? Look, it's never about finding love. It's not about that. I feel like it feels like you think that you need to work on yourself so someone else can come give you love. That's not what it is. It feels like you need to do the work in the pentacle world for yourself, and not worry about what's on the table in terms of love. Because I think that the universe is saying right now is not the time to invest in someone else anyway. It feels like you're supposed to have fun or enjoy your friends. So if you don't have a friend group, maybe it's time to interject yourself into a friend group. Like what I mean by that is maybe you need to get online and find a group in your area that you can go to and make friends at. But I feel like right now is not a time to invest in love. Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. It feels like you are wanting. Yeah, I feel like you want love and you feel like you're not worthy of it, and that's not the truth. You're always worthy of love, but I don't think it's going to serve you right now. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So we have the Lovers, we have the King of Swords, and we have making a choice, right? The King of Swords is your energy. That is Aquarius energy. We do have the Star. There's Aquarius energy as well. So I feel like your wish fulfillment is something that you're thinking about, and I think that the thing that is on your mind constantly is about love. Who am I going to choose in love? Who's going to choose me in love? It's all about love, all about love. And I say to you, I don't feel like that the universe is saying that's not your path right now. Your path is to look into your pentacles, look into how you're treating yourself. And yes, it's worth it. It's always worth it. Like the Seven of Pentacles is telling me, is it really worth it, Elsie? And it is. The sun is here. You're going to have a breakthrough at some point, a breakthrough which is going to get you out of this worried energy of the Nine of Swords and this blocked energy of the Eight of Swords. And I feel like it's at that point when love will find you. I feel like it's something that you'll just walk into, quite honestly, once you put the spotlight on what's going on in the Eight of Pentacles. And I'm not saying that you're not enough. I'm just saying that I feel like now is a time for you. It's not a time for you to be focused on other people. Tell me about the Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. We have Six Swords. Seems to me some of you need to move your friend group. You need to move away from your friend group, and you need to find a new friend group. It could be your friend group that makes you feel like you're not enough. And sometimes it happens that way. I'm telling you, I had to cut myself free from a lot of people when I came to a certain point in my healing. When you realize that you are the King of Pentacles, and it is a privilege to be in your energy because you're the smart one. You're very smart. You're highly intelligent. People learn from you. You can definitely learn from other people, but I feel like that you have been sort of in the dark as it pertains to you. I want to say Pentacles are you. Pentacles, I know that you're an air sign, but Pentacles are earth signs, right? Pentacles is what's going on in the 3D. Your house, your home, your health, your work life, your business. It feels like you have neglected this, Five of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. You've neglected this because in favor of thinking about the Lovers and thinking about the Two of Cups. I feel like there is some sort of for some of you, not all of you, there's a group that you hang out with that I think that they're very focused on money, and I don't think that's what you're focused on. I feel like you're focused on working on the self, but you're not necessarily focused on money. We do have the Hierophant here. This is a a lesson that you have to learn as it pertains to being social and going out with people. We have the Ace of Cups here. It feels like you're supposed to be finding new connections here. I want to say new connections because I think you're bored with the old ones. The Four of Cups is here. The Ace of Cups tells me, yeah, it is time. It's time to go on a new path. It's time to find a group of people who are going to love on you like you'll love on them, because you are very loyal. You're a great friend. You're someone who is very highly intelligent. You're a person who pushes forward no matter what. You shoulder everything that goes on in your life and you keep moving. And I think that this lesson of the Three of Cups, I think the Hierophant's showing up to say there is a lesson to be learned here about the Three of Cups, about how you socialize and who you socialize with. Because I feel like if you're in the Hanged one and you don't feel like you're enough, and you are, it might be the group that you're hanging out with, or the people, or the best friend, or yeah, we've got devil energy here. We've got the Page of Cups, and we have the Four of Pentacles. It's a realization with the Page of Cups. It's a surprise to you, even a realization here that we've got devil energy here, and it's keeping you stuck in the Four of Pentacles, because the Four of Pentacles is also like you're holding on to this group, but it's being shut down, shut off. It's like people are not treating you to the caliber of which they should treat you, because you're special and they're not treating you that way. It does feel like maybe you're hanging out with people who are very negative, who have a negative view of life, a negative view of things, and maybe they're in addictions. And, you know, it's like you're not there. That's not where you are. You're working on yourself. So I think it's a decision to work on you or to be with yourself. And that's the wish fulfillment here. That's the Star. The Page of Pentacles is in the reverse, or sorry, the Ace of Pentacles is in the reverse, which means you shouldn't be investing in anything except making a decision to invest in you. Got the Ace of Swords here. It's an aha moment. It is. It's a realization, an aha moment that you are the most important person in your life. And you might want to check in on that friend group or the few friends that you have. I don't know if they are people that you want in your life, but you might want to just check that over. All right, here we go, Pisces. It's just you and I, Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's figure out what's coming up for this week. Sneak peek for this week, Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Pisces. What is going on this week? Sneak peek for this week for Pisces. Tell me about Pisces. Tell me about Pisces, please. Pisces, we've got 10 wands. I feel like you're dropping some sort of a burden this week. Something that you've been carrying around that's been very heavy. I feel like you've decided that you're just going to drop it. I don't even think you're going to wait till you get to town. I think you're just going to drop it, to be honest. I think it's been... I feel like you're going to keep the Ace of Wands with you for light, so you can find your way, but I feel like you're dropping these burdens here. I think somebody's got you on red. Yeah, the Four of Cups is here. I want to say somebody is not answering your messages, or yeah, they know how you feel. Pisces, they know how you feel. They've put you on the shelf. They've shelved you. They left you on red, and the 10 wands here tells me that it's been very heavy for you. That I feel like you keep messaging them, or if you're not messaging them, maybe you're wondering why they don't message you. It's creating a very large burden. This might be somebody that you met while you were partying in your party phase, met them at the bar, could be like that. But this wish fulfillment here, I feel, is coming up in the future, but it's not in the present moment. In the present moment, I feel that you're being held down by burdens that you're allowing someone else to create for you. I feel like you really do have some feelings for someone here, but I think they're more interested in partying than anything. I think that they've shelved you for now. Yep. It's been taking forever. It's been taking forever, and I feel like this person is being very careful with you. They're taking their time with you, but I don't think in a good way. I feel like you're waiting for this person, and I feel like they are not waiting for you. I feel like they spend their time out with friends, doing their own thing. Hang on. Dropped a card. There we go. The Hanged Man is in the reverse. You've come to this realization. Yeah. And that's why you're dropping the 10 wands. You've come to this aha moment here. It's a realization of, you know what, I just got to let this go. I got to surrender this person back to the universe because they're not listening. They've shelved me. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, but things are about to move in your direction. I think all you had to do was pull your energy away from this person who was not making a decision about you, and that's when things are going to move forward. So for some of you, that's going to be this week. For some of you, you'll be thinking about it this week. I feel like when you disconnect from this person here in the Four of Cups, whoever's keeping you on red, not listening to your messages, not really, you know, maybe you say sweet things to them, they don't say anything back. It feels like that. We've got the Hanged Man, right? Piscean energy here, and the Five of Pentacles. It feels like you've got a realization that this isn't going to work. It's time to block this person. It's time to get them out of your life. It's like they feed you breadcrumbs, and once they get you in, then they dump you again, and that feels like a bit of a narcissistic trait, to be honest. That's something that a narcissist would do, is they would just feed you enough just to pull you in, to make you think that they like you, and then they would dump you and they just leave you for a while. And I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose anybody, but I was in a relationship with a person like that, so I know that trick, and that's what it feels like to me here. That's what this energy feels like. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are about to change. I think things are about to change for you and get very happy. And you're going to leave this person in the past, and I think at some point they're going to be sad that they let you go, but you know, it is what it is, right? They created the environment of boredom. They created the environment of the Four of Cups, where they're not giving away anything and they're not taking anything in, but they still want to keep you. They still want to keep you in the DMs, right? So I feel like something's going to change here. And I think it may not be this week for you, but for some of you it will be. Take it as it resonates. It's a general reading. I feel like you have an aha moment. You realize that this person is someone that you don't need in your life, that they keep you in lack. They keep you on the outside looking in. They give you just a little bit just to throw you away again. And I feel like you're changing that. I think you've decided that you're going to be happy. And the way that you're going to be happy is by dropping these 10 wands. And I think that that's lovely. We have Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. You could be dealing with those energies. We also have Piscean energy here. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Cups, because things are about to get good for you, my friend. It is fortunate change. It's divine timing. It is this card is ruled by the planet of Jupiter, Jupiter energy. Things are about to move forward for you, my friend. With or without somebody. And you're not going to tell them. I think you're just going to move forward. I do feel like, that things are going to get really good for you. When you decide to make this change, drop these burdens and ignore this person and leave them in the past, I feel like things start to move in a really fortunate way for you. But I feel with the Seven of Swords, it feels like, but I'm just not going to say. I'm just not going to tell this person. Like, this person might think that you're still waiting for them, and you're just not going to tell them. I think that you're just going to maybe just pop up on Insta or Facebook with a new beau or a new girl, you know? Like, I feel like you're not going to tell anybody. I think you're keeping it under wraps. Look at that. The Emperor's in town. Six of Wands. And that person's good looking. That person's good looking. They're successful. They are someone who's been through a lot of stuff. They have a lot of wisdom. The only reason you're the Emperor is because you've learned the lessons of all of the kings, right? And when the Emperor's in the room, so are all the kings. And I feel like with the Six of Wands that, you know, the Emperor just doesn't really ever move forward unless they think they're going to win. And the Emperor here wants victory. I think that's what's being concealed from you. I don't think that you understand, Pisces, by letting this go, that you don't understand how good it's going to get. Because it's being concealed from you right now. And I feel like this is a moment of alchemy. But I think that what starts the wheel moving is you dropping the burdens with this person that keeps you on red. This person who doesn't give you as much of their attention as you give them. I really think that you really adore them. But I feel like, no. This person's a Four of Cups. Look, you have the Emperor coming at you. Somebody who's very balanced in their energy. Someone who's very stable and sturdy. Someone who owns a business possibly, or is very much in control of their life. And not in a bad way. Like, I mean, the Emperor is King of Wands. It can be a little bit egoic, but this person has had a lot of success in their life and they're full of wisdom. Like, they bring a lot to the table. I think you don't realize that by giving up the Four of Cups, that you're going to be bumping into the Emperor energy. So it doesn't have to be an Aries. It could be any of the kings, right? Which covers pretty much all of the signs. Like it could be any of the kings. Tell me more about this. You're not going to believe it when it shows up. Like, it's so fabulous. Pisces, you're not going to believe it when it shows up. You're not going to believe that you're actually going to get your justice here. Look at this. The 10 Pentacles and justice. So the truth is coming out. I feel like you're not going to believe it when it shows up because you're kind of blocked as it pertains to this person. And maybe it's someone who's very different from you. I'm just looking at this, and the person that this person has chosen has red hair, green dress, couple of dogs. This person has dark hair, brown dress. You know, they're very different, right? And they look different. They are different from your person. And I feel like you're not really going to trust it when it shows up because you've been hurt so much before. This person's done a number on your heart space. And I think that's why the Two of Swords is here. Because, and although I'm just going to say, like every other depiction that I have in every other deck, this person's holding the swords in a crisscross, but I feel like you're open. I feel like you're open to it, but you're going to be very cautious. Very cautious. For some of you, it could be someone that you might meet over the next full moon. We do have a full moon above the person's head, but I feel like something is coming into balance for you. It's not only money, because look, it's all Wheel of Fortune stuff. It's not only money and victory and the Emperor and justice, like it's everything. It's all of it. Tell me about this Hanged Man in the reverse. I think this is a realization that this person in the Four of Cups isn't for you. We have the Three of Cups, we have the Chariot, and we have the Death card. Yeah, nothing's moving with this person. Nothing is moving. They are a good time Charlie, is what they are. My guide's name is Charlie. I said good time Charlie. He said, yeah, right. And it's true. I feel like this person is somebody who likes to be around you when things are good, when you allow them in for a party. Like I was getting that energy up here with the Nine of Cups. It feels like this person is a party person. They like temporary things. They like to go out and drink and then have fun. And then they're back in their burrow, I want to say. But we have 3 and 4 is 7. This person, like, I feel is emotions overwhelm them, and it has nothing to do with the fact that you weren't ready. It has the fact to do with this person is hiding their emotions and they don't want them all to spill out over the top. I feel like nothing is moving here. The Death card and the Chariot is here. This person is never going to show you their feelings on the surface. Cancer usually has their feelings under the surface until they trust you. I don't think this person trusts you at all, and it's not because that you're untrustworthy. It's because they don't trust. It's because the way they are. You understand, they're projecting onto you, right? They're projecting onto you. They don't trust you because they're not trustworthy. And I feel like that there's no more movement to be had here. There's no victory here, my friend. Tell me about the Five of Pentacles. I think you're just going to block this person and be done with it. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Nine of Wands. And we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah. So I feel like whatever they said to you, whatever they say to you the last time they say it, you're like, I'm out. I'm not doing this with you anymore. Nope. You might have just said, look, why are you doing this? Why do you keep messaging me if you don't want anything? You just keep hurting me over and over and over again. I think you're going to be very honest with this person. Some of you aren't going to say anything. You're just going to take the sword and cut them out and be done with it, honestly. But for others of you, I feel like you're just going to say to them in a Five of Swords kind of way, I'm done with you. You're just going to put your swords down and go. You're going to move, right? 5 of Swords and 1 is 6. 6 of Swords is moving on. I think you're going to tell this person, look, you keep hurting me. I'm just going to move on if you don't mind. It's time to drop these burdens here, my friend, and make a really big decision about moving on. I called out the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords shows up, and the Devil in reverse. I love it. It's a great crescendo. Yep, you're releasing it all, releasing all of the toxicity, all of the things that went on between you and this person, the way they make you feel. They just make you feel terrible. I think you're making a really big decision to just cut your losses, cut away from the chaos of the Four of Cups and move forward. You're just releasing it all. And look at that. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that the sun will come out tomorrow. Yep. It's all up to you making the decision to drop the burdens. I'm going to go for now. Love you guys. Oh, I'm just going to put the Pisces video up here if you're interested in watching that if you haven't seen it yet. I'm going to go for now. Thank you guys. I'm out until next week. But I'll be back, of course, because I'm always back. Love you guys. Bye.